First off, I'm right here. There's no need to shout. What's up, Rebels? My name is Leo, and I am one half of Leo and Willie. We are engaged, we are queer, and today I am here to talk about a very controversial topic, transvestigations. It doesn't trigger a visceral reaction whenever you're reminded of its existence. Let me fill you in on the tea. The term transvestigating, a mashup of trans and investigating, refers to conspiracy theories that falsely claim individuals, typically women, are transgender and are hiding their, quote, true gender identity. Celebrities, political figures, and professional athletes have all been accused of being trans with no evidence other than the conspiracy theorists' own warped, often misogynistic view of femininity and gender. Now, let's not dance around the fact that the victims of transvestigations are quite predominantly women and femme-presenting people. And yes, that includes many cisgender women. One of the most recent cases that we have seen of this happening took place during the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, with Algerian boxer Imane Khalif making headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. Immediately after taking home the gold in the women's 66 kg boxing match, rumors began to circulate both online and in mainstream news outlets that Khalif was a trans woman who had, quote, infiltrated women's sports in order to enact violence against, quote, real, i.e. cisgender, women. Now, just to be clear, Imane Khalif is a cis woman who has been competing in women's sports for years. She is a respected athlete and has been a contender in top international events for the past 6 years, including major amateur boxing tournaments, as well as the Tokyo 2020 Summer Olympic Games. And she hasn't just been competing. Khalif has also brought home multiple gold medals for regional events throughout her career. At the end of the day, transvestigations hurt not only trans people, but also their cis peers. There is never going to be just one way to present as a particular gender. And there is also no way to create a rule of gender expression that will not have anomalies throughout the globe. Every body is different and every body is valid. Okay, so I know I've put a lot of focus on how transvestigations particularly harm trans women, cis women, and femme-presenting people. And that's because the reality is, those are the people who are most often impacted by transvestigative rhetoric. They are the ones who are most often seen as targets of these transphobic debates. But I also want to acknowledge that men, whether you are a cis man, a trans man, masc-presenting people of all genders and expressions, do have, unfortunately, the ability to still be targets of transvestigative debate. And to be honest, the root cause is still going to be the same: transphobia, misogyny, and racism. If a masculine presenting person is not strong, tall, and tough, if they don't neglect to display emotions in front of other people, they might just fall victim to some idiot on the internet claiming that they are not man enough. But the reality is, just as how women do not all fall into the very strict categories of what it means to be feminine, many men also fail the test of Eurocentric and often toxic masculinity standards. And once again, this can include trans men, cis men, and any masculine presenting person who falls in between. Many features and characteristics that are criticized by transvestigators on all sides are natural features which, despite being found in a range of bodies, have been inaccurately deemed to be relating to only one sex. If you've been watching this far and you're currently sat there yelling at your screen, how do we get rid of transvestigations for good? First off, I'm right here. There's no need to shout. But on a real note, here are some steps that I've come up with that I think we could all take in our daily lives to just help combat transvestigative rhetoric. Number 1. Call out transvestigative behaviors whenever you see or hear it. This goes for people online, people in your circles, people who are not in your circles but you know about them. Anyone who you come across, call it out. Number 2, challenge your own understandings of gender norms and how you read different types of bodies. Educate yourself on the varieties of how gender can be expressed, both physically through aesthetic and also through natural features. The more you learn, the more that you'll be able to be inclusive to those around you. And number 3, uplift people. Whenever you see someone who is serving, who is living their best life, anyone who you think looks good, is feeling good, is doing good, let them know. The best way to combat hate is to outshine it with joy and love. If we follow these 3 steps, I know that it won't likely take away transvestigations as a whole. We are just individuals, but when we come together and we take a stance against things like this, it can make a huge difference. Thank you so much for watching. If this video has sparked any thoughts, comments, any anecdotal experiences that you personally would like to share, please leave them down below in the comment section. My hope with this video is that it gets people talking, gets people thinking, and if our comment section can be a reflection of that, I think that that would just make this video a complete success in my eyes. Thank you so much for being here. Also, thank you so much to our patrons and our YouTube members. You guys are amazing. If you haven't joined our Patreon yet, you definitely should. We have exclusive content over there that you will only find there, so go check it out. And if you're just finding this channel today, hi, welcome, thank you for being here, and please go and check out the rest of our videos on our channel. My partner and I both make videos together and separately where we talk about many different topics, so there's always going to be something for you in there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to not miss out on anything that comes out of Leo and Willie. All right, y'all, drink water, eat carrots, and I will see you again very shortly in another video. Mwah. Goodbye.